that Israel must take measures within its power to prevent and punish to commit genocide in relation to the members of the Palestinian group in the Gaza Strip.
After 3 months of relentless bombing, after over 26,000 Palestinians have lost their lives, after 1.9 million Gazans have been displaced in its first ruling in the genocide case, the International Court of Justice has ordered Israel to take all necessary actions to prevent genocide in Gaza. The World Court did not, however, order Israel to cease its military operation against Hamas.
The court is also of the view that Israel must take measures within its power to prevent and punish the direct and public incitement to commit genocide in relation to the members of the Palestinian group in the Gaza Strip.
The ruling on a case brought by South Africa, the World Court said Israel must take measures to improve the humanitarian situation for Palestinian civilians in the enclave. And in the ruling, 15 of the 17 judges in the ICJ panel voted for emergency measures. It covered most of what South Africa asked for, with the notable exception of ordering a halt to Israeli military action. Israel's military operation has laid waste to much of the densely populated enclave. In nearly 4 months of the war, more than 26,000 Gazans have lost their lives. Over 64,000 have been injured. Israel unleashed its assault on Gaza after a cross-border rampage on the 7th of October by Hamas. In Israel, 1,200 people were killed and mostly civilians. 240 were taken hostage by the Hamas group. In its ruling, the World Court said that it was gravely concerned about the fate of the hostages in Gaza. It also called on Hamas as well as other armed groups to immediately release the hostages without conditions. The court has said Israel must report back to it on what steps it was taking in a month's time. But here's the drawback. While the ICJ's decisions are final and without appeal, the court has no way to enforce them. The court did not rule at this stage on the core of the case brought by South Africa, which is whether genocide has occurred in Gaza. However, it did recognize the right of the Palestinians to be protected from acts of genocide. Israel, remember, had demanded that the court throw out the entire case, calling it spurious. Now, after the ruling, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected the charge of genocide as outrageous. He said Israel would continue to defend itself, saying, and I'm quoting, "Like every country, Israel has the basic right to defend itself. The World Court in The Hague justly rejected the outrageous demand to deprive us of this right." But the mere claim that Israel is committing genocide against Palestinians is not only false, it is outrageous, and the willingness of the court to even discuss this is a disgrace that will not be erased for generations. Meanwhile, South Africa hoped Israel would comply with Friday's World Court order. The Justice Minister, Ronald Lamola, said in an interview that South Africa's liberation hero Nelson Mandela would be smiling in his grave.
It is a victory for the international rule of law, that there could be no exceptionalism in any part of the world, and Israel cannot be accepted from complying with its international obligation. And we are hopeful that they will be compliant with the court order. They will respond. They will be able to cease fire. They will also allow a humanitarian intervention, because this case is about the children and the vulnerable women and the elderly of Gaza. The people of Gaza, I do believe that this for them is a victory. We believe that former President Mandela will be smiling in his grave as one of the advocates for the Genocide Convention, and our current president for allowing us to take this.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.